Hi, friends. How are y'all doing? So, like every morning, I'm starting the day with a whole bunch of water. So, hydration is key. And yeah, I'll probably drink like 3 or 4 of those 16-ounce glasses of water before I do anything else. All right. Today, I'm going to tell you just a frivolous and funny story about something that happened to me recently. I'm sure it'll connect to all the other things that I've talked about, but actually does now that I think about it. But anyway, I just thought that was really funny and I wanted to share it. So recently, I fell off my bike, obviously, and I got this scar here, from here to here, and it's healing up perfectly, honestly. It's healing up so fast. But when I had it, it was, before it got stitched up, I think it was like 7 stitches. Before it got stitched up, it was a pretty big gash. And I'm kind of silly, so don't want that scar to completely disappear. Ideally, it'll remain there, just because it's such a good scar placement. It's like, obviously you wouldn't want to lose an eye or anything. That would be bad. You don't want to go blind or lose one of your eyes. But if you got like a scar like across your eye, like an anime character or something like that, that'd be pretty sweet, right? Just badass looking. At least for me, maybe it's a guy thing. Maybe it's a silly person thing, but I just think it's funny. Yeah, so this is like an excellent scar position near the eye, but not not endangering the eye. So, as much as possible, I want to have that scar be a permanent thing, and I mean, it just looks badass. You know what I'm saying? And so I went on Google recently, and I did a search for how to prevent scars from fading. And it was really funny because one thing is that if you're my age, so I was born in 1988. If you're my age or older, then you probably remember when the internet was what I call completely free, the Wild West period of the internet. And during those, I imagine most of the people watching this are probably my age or older. But maybe not. Maybe someone is younger and doesn't remember the free internet. But internet used to not have advertisements on it. You would not get corralled or guided to certain web pages in the same way. And this allowed for you to find information about anything. Today, if you search for certain information, maybe like a simple example, nothing I would search for, but a simple example would be like information that is dangerous, or let's say you search how to make some sort of a dangerous device or something like that. Well, there are people that are going to make sure that they're going to save your name or save your IP address or whatever. This is totally understandable. But let's say you're looking for some esoteric information about Buddhism or something. It was much easier to find in the past. Excuse me, by the way. Hope that's not terrible for the sound, but it was much easier to find in the past. Today, the internet will assume that it knows what it wants you to find based on what other people are looking for, and it will shuttle you towards the mainstream sources of information. It's kind of frustrating for someone like me who remembers the free internet and also has very French interests, because you have to search over and over again to try to find this small specific information. Sometimes it's stuff that exists, like a particular translation of a particular Buddhist sutta or something like that. It's out there, but it's almost impossible to find because the internet's trying to sort you. Anyway, okay, so that's one aspect of what I was talking about. But anyway, I'm Googling how to prevent scars from fading. And the first thing that Google gave me was a bunch of websites about how to make scars fade. And I'm pretty savvy with Boolean logic, so this was I was using Boolean logic to try to find the information I was looking for, and it was still trying to sort me into, oh, here's how you make them fade. Like, you want them to fade, right? And I'm like, no, I don't want it to fade. I want it to not fade. I want it to be permanent. And then the second type of information that Google was trying to give me was, unfortunately, or just the way it is, there's a lot of people who self-harm. Like, I had a lot of friends in college who had many cuts across their wrist, laterally, that they had done with razor blades when they were younger. And they were, discolored, or sometimes people would try to hide them with clothing. Sometimes it'd be like cuts on the arm like this. And I totally get that. If you're suffering greatly, then and you're sort of haven't been taught about the relationship of the body and the mind in a healthy way, then, or haven't learned that for yourself, then it can be a great release to harm yourself. It can take you away from your mental pain, because mental pain is quite a bit worse than physical pain. It can be quite a relief to cut your body. Of course, it's really sad because there are solutions for the mental pain, and taking it out on your body is almost like taking it out on a dog or something like that. It's not the body's fault. But I'm very sympathetic for people who go for that route of, it's like another way of doing it. For me, it was, when I was younger, it was drugs and alcohol. Those were the things that I used to eliminate my mental pain. But self-harm causes scars. So I got a lot of information about why you shouldn't want to make your scars permanent and that kind of thing. And people talking in forums about how, you need to, grow up and learn the truth of your experience, and people who used to self-harm chastising people for self-harming, and how you shouldn't want to. And I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off, because it's like, no, I'm not. I didn't get this scar intentionally. I just don't want it to go away because it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? Like when you make a character in a video game, you might, like, if you get to choose the face, you might, like, get some scars going on there. Anyway, it's just hilarious to me. And let's see. There's another element too. That finally, the best piece of information I got was that, and this was really surface level, but it just kind of rabbit holed me into this whole experience of how it was really hard to find some legit information. The one thing is that, if you get sunburned, if you expose a scar to the sun, then it might, discolor or remain more permanent. Obviously I don't want to, like, recut myself. I'm not trying to do that. But the sunburn, that's going to be my technique. And I hope it doesn't go away completely. Hopefully it has a nice color contrast, either red or maybe a nice white contrast. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's not a major concern, but what it brings up when you play on the internet, just it really is interesting to me, because we're constantly, and how does this connect to everything? It's like we're constantly being engineered. Our activities are constantly being engineered. It's just really interesting. Oh, I guess the last type of information I got was from people who do body modification, and I think that's really interesting too. I don't have any friends who have like a split tongue or anything like that they body modified. To me, again, that seems kind of like have you seen people who, like, dye the hair of their dog? Like, they make their dogs have, like, red hair and stuff like that. Again, no hate, but the dog doesn't care what color its hair is. So what are you doing? Anyway, have a great day. Just a funny story, honestly. And I'll see you very soon